Finally, Viktor Gyökeres is going to be an Arsenal player after everything that happened. Of course, Fabrizio Romano have told us yesterday in his video that Viktor Gyökeres is doing everything to be an Arsenal player. And as David Ornstein just tweeted and put the article out that the deal is imminent now, that Viktor Gyökeres is going to be an Arsenal player. Of course, 63 million and a half and the 10 millions euros that Sporting Lisbon wanted, like very tough, like very easy things to actually guarantee the 10 million euros, and Arsenal rejected them and refused them, and the negotiations continued. But the conclusion is imminent. The striker is gonna be there, of course. Viktor Gyökeres is gonna be an Arsenal player. That is what Arsenal needed. David Ornstein, Ben Jacobs, as you see, have tweeted, of course, about that. We're waiting for the here we go from Fabrizio Romano, which is gonna be any minute. And now, by the time you watch this video, it might be actually, he might be there. Of course, I keep checking the news. I keep checking the Sporting resident. Like, he actually admitted that the deal is likely, the Sporting president, but he also played a little bit of a sneaky way when he offered Gyökeres to Man United and he offered Gyökeres to Saudi Arabia, but Gyökeres only said he wanted Arsenal. That is the striker that Arsenal need, of course. Fabrizio Romano have said that he wanted Arsenal only, and Arsenal wanted him only, and they wanted him. The Cisco deal died weeks ago, and they are now waiting for Gyökeres. He's going to be arriving. A lot of Arsenal fans have actually said, why we haven't signed Gyökeres? Me as well. I'm like criticized Arsenal for being late in the signing. But listen, at the end, Arsenal want to do what's best for them. They just started going on the tour. There are signs that has been there that Viktor Gyökeres is gonna be an Arsenal player, and everyone panicked and said, "What if Man United hijack Gyökeres?" It was never gonna happen. As Fabrizio said on his video yesterday, that Gyökeres only wants Arsenal, and he's never gonna go anywhere else. And Sporting Lisbon had to fold at the end because Arsenal had the upper hand because that player is not going to training for Sporting, and he wants Arsenal. Only as it is in front of you that Ben Jacobs has said that 63 million, the nature of 2.5 million needed finalizing with a breakthrough this weekend. So the only 2.5 million euros on Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon. Can you imagine how crazy this is? Only 2.5 million. And now Gyökeres is about to go his medical with Arsenal in the next 24 hours, and the game. And he's going to be an Arsenal player. Probably we're going to see the presentation next week, of course, or this weekend. The guy that had like 54 goals for Sporting Lisbon last season is top 5% in strikers in the world with his conversion and everything. He's phenomenal. And I think he's going to give Arsenal something that they don't have, to be honest. And they have been looking for since Aubameyang. And now we got to look at what Arsenal will do next. Yeah, we got the striker. Are you going to get a winger? Are you getting an attacking midfielder? There's the Eze link. But before we do that, listen, it's actually now done that Viktor Gyökeres is going to be here. The news just dropped. A hand of Arsenal was talking about Gyökeres. Of course, Eze and Gyökeres will talk about that as well. Finally, Arteta has his number 9 that he wants. No excuses now. You got this. Nobody tells me that the team is short. Yes, you still need a winger. There are other players that might leave. Of course, Martinelli or Trossard and Arsenal might bring a left winger. We'll talk about it tonight in the evening on the live show about what can Arsenal do and who else is going to be joining the club. But listen, I wanted to actually say something that Eze, yes, as well, a hand of Arsenal just tweeted about Eze. Palace is asking for 68 million. It's a 3 installments for 20 million each. Arsenal, as it's reported in direct contact, as it is reported, the deal is easy to be done. Eze made it clear to Chelsea and Bayern Munich that he only wants Arsenal, that the personal terms are not going to be a problem. He's so flexible in tactics as well. Center attacking midfielder, can play as an 8, can play in the left winger. He had 14 goals and 11 assists in 43 appearances for Crystal Palace. Is he what Arsenal want? I believe so, because I believe if Odegaard doesn't perform as a number 10, Eze can step him. I believe he can play as a left winger. He's not the best left winger in the world. He's not a touchline winger, but he provides different options to Arsenal than what they have Currently, of course, people talk about, yes, we need Rodrigo. Make sure to hit that like button, people, because I actually forgot to tell you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new, because listen, I haven't told you to do that because it helps the video and helps the channel massively. Of course, he's, in my opinion, one of the best in Europe in progressive carries, how he carries the ball, the physicality that he possesses is ridiculous, to be honest. He's built like a tank. The guy, you cannot dispossess the guy. And that is something that Arsenal don't have. Like, people talk about Declan Rice carries and stuff, but Declan Rice is not as talented as Eze. And also, in my opinion, Declan Rice, yeah, is elite. He's good in defensive part of the game, and he can also carry the ball. But I don't think he's like Eze. Eze is a better footballer overall. That's what I think about Eze. And listen, if Arsenal get the guy, as it's Arteta's obsessed with him, and Eze wants to play for Arsenal, he has actually said that his dream is to play for Arsenal. Arteta already told the board that he wants Eze. He's not gonna be like, he's gonna join Arsenal with a 5-year contract. If Arsenal asks for him tomorrow, he's gonna join. Are Arsenal waiting for Rodrigo? It's what I actually want to know. As in front of you, you see in front of you, the hand of Arsenal said that his future is linked to Ethan. That's until a formal approach. So Arsenal haven't made a formal approach yet. Since the talks glowing reference from Arsenal, from Arteta, that he's upset. Like, the personal terms will never be a problem, as it's reported. Like, he told Chelsea and Bayern that his preference to join Arsenal, of course. The informal dialogue has happened, of course, between the player and the Arsenal camp. Andrea Berta maybe need to make a sale for this to happen, but in the same time, maybe they need to make something like empty a place in the squad. But currently, I genuinely believe that Eze can be an Arsenal player without them selling anybody, right? Because we're talking about Arsenal making 2 signings if they let go of Martinelli or Trossard. That is what Arsenal are looking to do. But all I have to say is that Eze provides a lot. I want to know, do you think Arsenal will sign a left winger or something? That is what I want to know. Do you think that Arsenal will also sign a left winger plus Eze? I doubt it. But listen, that everything is possible in football. You never know. The plan is to have a very flexible team. Of course, like, listen, Rice can play in a lot of places, in the number 8, and then 6, Kai Havertz as well. Eze, Madueke can play across the front line. Arteta's trying to build a very, very flexible teams and versatile players that can play everywhere. Of course, you let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys think that Arsenal, after Gyökeres, will go for Eze and a left winger, or only go for Eze? Hit that like button and let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And I will turn on the notification bell to know when we go live, and I will see you guys later.